Hello dear friends, in today's video I will show my game against Gurel Ediz from Turkey, rated 2578, 5th round of Sharjah Masters. Let's go. Yes, my opponent started with e4, and here I think I surprised not only myself, also my opponent by playing e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, a6, bishop a4. Yes, not queen e7, knight e7. Yes, all afternoon I prepared this line. Yes, here white does have many moves. c3, for example, d4, short castle. Yes, my opponent went short castle, knight g6, and here he played c3. Another move is to go d4, yes, c3, and here I can go bishop c5, d4, bishop a7, and we transpose to another trendy line nowadays. Yes, but I knew that d5 is the strongest. I went d5. He takes the queen d5, and here bishop b3, queen d3. Yes, bishop c2, queen d6 is the move. Yes, my opponent played d4, bishop g4, and if I'm not mistaken, some years back I myself played a game with the white pieces, and here I went c4 and my opponent took queen d4 against Simon Williams. Yes, bishop b3 was played by my opponent, bishop takes f3, bishop d5, bishop d1, rook d1, long castle, bishop takes f7, e takes d. All this was my prep, and here he went bishop g5. Another option is c takes d, knight d4, knight c3, knight d2, king f1, rook d1, knight d1, knight c1, rook c1, and some knight d5. Yes, black does not have any problems. Bishop g5, bishop e7, bishop takes, knight takes e7, c takes d. Yes, I went knight takes d4. Yes, my opponent after the game said that rook takes d4 is the strongest, but according to my engines, knight d4 was the strongest. So knight c3, and even here over the board, I was not sure, but I remember that I saw idea of going rook f8 and then knight g8. So rook f8, bishop c4, knight g8, and I don't think black has any problems. Of course, position is very drawish. My opponent went f3. Yes, I played knight f6. He played rook c1. I played c6. And here I started liking my position because I have a lot of moves to improve my position. For example, king c7, b5. Yes, here he played rook e1. Yes, I went b5. I had many other moves. Yes, I could start maybe rook fe8. I could also go king c7. Yes, I played b5, forcing him to go back with the bishop. And again, I could go king c7. I went rook e8. He took on e8. He played king f2. I played king c7. Yes, he went h4. I played c5. He played g4, I played rook f8, now I'm threatening knight g4. Yes, king g3, I played c4. Here if b3, b4 is working for black, and g5 ideas are not there because of at least knight h5 check. Yes, and here my opponent went rook d1. No, I think he played h5. I went h6, but I'm not sure about my decision. Yes, rook d1, rook d8, and here I'm already threatening some b4, knight f5 ideas. He played a3 and offered me a draw. After taking some time and trying to go deep into the position, I decided to continue. I went king c6. Yes, here what did my opponent play? I think it was f4. Yes, and here I think I made a mistake by going king c5. I don't need my king on c5. a5 would have been probably stronger, what my opponent pointed out after the game. I played king c5, rook e1. Yes, I went knight c6, but here from the far I did not see that rook e6 move is there. And because by going knight c6 I thought I'm threatening rook d2, but here rook e6 comes and rook d2 does not really work because of rook f6, and I think now I'm in some trouble. Yes, my opponent after the game pointed out that rook e8 would have been stronger because knight e4 is not working really because of knight takes e4 comes with the check, and endgame shouldn't be unpleasant for me, for black. Yes, I started making some bad moves. I went a5, bishop g2, and I played knight d4. My initial idea was to go rook d3, king h4, knight d4, but here rook e5 comes. King b6 is the only move, and g5. I thought knight d7 I'm going, but rook d5 is there, and I think this is very unpleasant because knight c5 there is rook d6 and rook takes d4. Yes, I managed to find knight d4. My opponent played rook e5 because whenever rook e7 there is knight takes h5 at least. Yes, rook e5, king b6 is the only move, and yes, my opponent. Yes, he could go king h4. Yes, threatening some g5. My idea was here to go. I think anyway I wanted to push b4. Yes, g5. I was thinking here maybe to go knight h5, king g4, knight f4, king f4, h takes g, but yes, eventually I played knight h5, king g4. I could also go knight f6. Yes, g6, bishop e4, b4, and here my opponent at least, no, I did not play before. I went knight g7, bishop takes g6, and I played before. Yes, here he went knight a4, he could at least go a takes b, knight d5, and doesn't matter where I'm going. I'm losing some of my pawns. Let's say king a5 or king b5 is the strongest, knight a3 comes, king a4, knight c4, and if king b3 there is bishop f7. White is having some advantage, maybe close to winning. Yes, my opponent, yes, knight d5 also was there, but I was thinking about king c6, and if bishop e4, king d6, or knight d5, king c6, a takes b, some king d6. Yes, knight a4 was played, king a6. Yes, what did my opponent here play? He went bishop f7, another very unpleasant move. Pawn is hanging on c4. Yes, I could go rook c8, but I decided to go knight b5, bishop c4, rook d4 is coming. And here my opponent played rook c5. I don't think this is the strongest. g6 would have been very unpleasant. Yes, I was thinking about c3, b takes c, but here at least if king g5 then c2 is coming, rook c5, knight takes a3, but knight c3, knight takes c, king g5, this can be very unpleasant position because my knight on g7 is simply trapped, and king f6 or king h6 ideas are there. So yes, my opponent played rook. Yes, I forgot to say that when I played a5 here, yes, I offered my opponent a draw, but he decided to continue the game. So let's go here. Yes, knight a4, bishop f7, g6, c3, b takes b, not g6, rook c5 was played, rook d4 check, king h3, knight d6, g6. Here I'm sure black does not have any problems. Maybe black is even very slightly better, but I decided just to play very solid. Knight f7, g takes f, rook f4, rook c7, there is always knight d6, a takes was played, and here after rook c4, rook f7, rook b4, we agreed in a draw. Yes, white is pawn up, but not much to play. So let's check the game to see overall how well or how bad did I play. Let's see, what are we having? Yes. Yes, all this I knew. Yes, d takes c does not make any sense because just knight takes e3, so I took. Wow. Yes, knight takes d4 was the strongest actually. Yes, here. G3 or knight d2. Probably this was the line. G3, rook f8, bishop c4, knight g8. Yes, c takes d. I took with the knight. Yes, knight c3. And this is already slightly better for me. Yeah, surprisingly, this is already better for black. Yes. Yes, my prep worked today because till this position I knew, and it is already better for black. But I did not understand that b5 is so important to go. So I played rook f8, bishop c4. Yes. And this is already equal. I went knight g8. Yes. Trying to bring my knight to f6. Yes, he could go bishop d5. I wanted to maybe even go knight b5 after bishop d5. So f3, knight f6, rook c1 was played. Yes, I could start with b5. I played c6. Yes, of course, position is very drawish. Rook e1. I went b5 eventually. Bishop f1. Yes, rook f7 is there. I played rook e8. He took on e8. He played king f2. I played king c7, h4, c5, g4. I went rook f8. He played king g3. I played c4. He went h5. Yes, not much is happening. It's around equal position. I played h6. Rook d1. Yes, and honestly, I did not even see knight c2 move. Yes, I played rook d8. He played a3, and he offered me a draw here. Yes, it's equal. I played king c6. He played f4. Yes, king c5, rook e1. I went knight c6, rook e6. Yes, rook e8 and game will end in a draw. a5. Yes, this is a5 was a mistake. Bishop g2. And here rook d3, king h4, knight d4, rook e5, king d6, takes, rook d4. Yes, I played knight d4, but this is already... Yes, my opponent could maybe go king h4, but g5 was the strongest. Yes, I took f takes g, knight takes h5, and I played g6. He went bishop e4, the strongest. I went knight g7. He took on g6. Yes, I played b4. Yes, this is almost lost. Yes, his decision not taking a draw after move a5 when I offered him a draw was right. So b4. Yes, a takes, knight d5, and then knight d3, knight takes c4. It's about +2. Yes, knight d5, king c6, knight d3. So knight a4 was... My opponent after the game said that he did not see the idea of going knight d3 and taking on c4. Yes, I played this, bishop f7. Yes, I was thinking about rook c8, but for some reason I went knight b5. Yes, my opponent pushed... no, he did not play g6. Yes, b takes a, or c3. B takes, and what about knight c3? Knight c3, king g5, and rook h8 is the only move. So king f6, knight h5, rook h5, g7. There is knight e4 check. Yes, I was very much worried about my position. So rook c5 was played. I went rook d4, king h3. I played knight d6, g6. Yes, here. Yes, I saw that I can go b takes, rook d3, king goes g4, rook a3, but knight b2 comes, and yes, we... After knight f7, g takes, rook f4, game ended in a draw. Yes. Yes, probably my best chance was out of the opening when instead of going rook f8, I could just start with b5. Yes, and black did not have any problems, and black was even maybe very slightly better. Yes, let me remind you that my opponent was only 14, 15 years old. Yes, young prodigy from Turkey. Yes, thank you very much, dear friends, for watching this video, and please subscribe.